Welcome to part 2 of our older AMG investments, and in today's video we're going to take a look at some reasons why AMGs are a wise place to put your money. So let's dive in. In celebrating 1,300 subscribers, don't forget about our ongoing USA giveaway that ends in 18 days for this $132 value Bosch 010 intercooler pump that fits many early 2000s Mercedes and AMGs. Win this giveaway by subscribing and commenting below what AMGs you've either owned or currently own or want to purchase in the future. So far, only a few comments have been submitted, so here's your chance for a great upgrade to the often failed factory pump for free, which makes your supercharger shut off due to heat soak after only a few pulls. More info in the description below. Last video, we looked at some of the true costs of ownership for older AMGs and why in most cases they are not great investments and likely not even a good asset. But here is the argument for why they are a great expense. Transportation in the way we have today is a luxury that in the old days only the wealthy could afford. Even back a millennium, the poor had to walk everywhere and had no horse upon which to ride. Now, as we look at car-accessible America, our culture is greatly influenced by marketed travel opportunities, commercial enterprise of large auto manufacturing corporations, and the great suburbanization of America, which became highly prevalent after World War II. The car is likely the most expensive thing one owns until they buy a home, if they're even able to buy a home. This means that much of the expense in car care and running costs that I mentioned in the last video is really just a normalcy of everyday Americans' life, a status quo of sorts. You need a car to get to work to make the money, and then you need a car to spend that money buying necessities and wants. So while I maintain that older AMGs are not a great investment, they are the lesser of three evils. 1. Buying a new car that depreciates rapidly the moment you drive off the lot. And 2. Buying any used car that is not in the bottom of its depreciation cycle and also does not appreciate in value to cover running and maintenance costs. This is where the older AMGs come in at option 3. Getting vehicles that yes require maintenance but in value appreciation begin to cover the majority of those costs. Of course, I have not mentioned driving pleasures and joys of ownership as that means different things for different people, but we'll get to that in a minute. Some people buy AMGs to look cool, win races, the learning experience, experimenting with German luxury, to just have something different, and those like myself who look for a fun driving experience while being subtle in looks and at least keeping up with or beating inflation. These AMGs are really great for most of those reasons, and often surpass those of other vehicles which keep depreciating until they hit rock bottom and then they just stay there while still incurring maintenance costs. So if we have to spend our money on transportation, then why not spend it on something that provides more financial and mental incentives than a normal point A to point B car? Let's address a few of those positives I mentioned. Using these cars is learning experience, and they're a great tool for education and mechanics, complicated system maintenance, and pride and joy of keeping them maintained, and thus keeping the value maintained. Next, we have the benefits to our state of mind and mental health, having something that we can do, drive our rides, share with friends, and help one another with queries of how do I fix my fill-in-the-blank AMG problem. Then there's the feel-good aspect, like you have the bit of freedom all to yourself when you hit the road in a world that keeps doing its best to constrict our lives more and more. So to all of these, I find the benefits outweigh the costs and pains of ownership greatly. Not in sole monetary reasons, but when adding with the joy of ownership and the friends made along the way, like you all here watching this video, it is worth more for me, and I hope it's worth something for you. Thank you all for sharing the AMG journey with me, and for those new subscribers, welcome. More to follow soon, and until next time, bye for now.